All right, so we're picking up this video again with delivering a car and going through all of the setting options. So how I got to this screen, I'm gonna hit the home button here, get back to the beginning. How I got to the settings, pull down from the top and hit settings, and then I went to my car. So I'm gonna go through each one of these and set up different preferences and explain each of the options. So starting from the top here with displays, display themes, and right now it's set to glass. So what it's talking about is the center display here where it shows your speedometer and your tachometer. You can change the look of that. So right now it's set to glass. The next option is minimalistic. The next one is performance. And the last one is chrome rings. So glass, minimalistic, performance, and chrome. I'm going to leave it on chrome because I think that looks pretty good. You can change it from normal to bright. I don't recommend it because it's awfully bright, so I'm going to put it back to normal for now. And then I'm going to hit back, and we can do the driver display information. So right now, in between the speedometer and the tachometer, there is a map being displayed. If you would like it to display the current media, you could put that there instead. I'll tell you what's on the radio. Or you could have it completely blank if you like a cleaner look. I'm gonna go back to map because that's my preference. So you set it to whatever you like it to be. And then we'll go back here and back again. And now we'll go down to IntelliSafe. So IntelliSafe is talking about this system right here. This IntelliSafe system is the always-on safety that Volvo offers standard. Every Volvo has this. So what it is meant to do is to intervene if it looks like you're about to get into an accident. So if it looks like you're about to hit a pedestrian or a large animal or another vehicle or even a bicyclist, this system can differentiate between those things, and it'll respond appropriately by pressing on the brakes. So I should caution you that this vehicle is not accident proof. It is still possible to get into an accident. So you are still going to, need to drive yourself, but it is a driver assistance system. So it helps you to avoid an accident. Now you can change the sensitivity of that system. I don't recommend ever changing it to late, but you could if you wanted to. I usually either leave it on normal, or if you're somebody who maybe wants a little extra caution, you could change it to early. With the lane keeping aid, that is, and I'm going to remind you where that button is. So if you go back to the home screen and then you swipe, I'm going to be looking for lane keeping aid right here. So that is a function you can turn on and off. I'm going to turn it back on, and then I'm going to go back to the settings. Now you can have it do assist, warning, or both. I'm going to change it to both. So what that means is if I'm going more than 40 miles an hour and I started to drift out of my lane, the cameras that are in here are going to read the lines in the pavement and notice, hey, you're leaving your lane. So it'll actually kind of grab the wheel and start to gently guide you back into your lane. For road sign information, you have the option to do a little chime for speed limit warning. But on the XC40, it's pretty limiting. So it only goes between 0 or 5 miles per hour over. So if you're speeding really at all, then it's going to chime at you. It won't continue to chime, but as soon as you go over the speed limit, that's when it's going to chime. If you have it set to 0, or as soon as you're going 5 miles over, that's when it's going to chime. I think that's kind of restrictive, so I'm going to take that off. But I'm going to leave on the other two because if you are a speed demon, you probably want the roadside audio warning and the speed camera warning to be checked. That way the car will notify you to those things. Back here, we've got driver alert. This is really for long distance driving. So if you are starting to get drowsy and you maybe are, the steering wheel is drifting and then jerk it awake and then drifting and then you jerk awake, the car is going to recognize signs like that, and it will recommend that you pull over. And if you check this box, it'll even recommend a rest stop as well. So we'll go back again. Now we're going to talk about the individual drive mode. So if you were in a test drive with me, I probably went through the different drive mode, and on the XC40, this is how you change the drive mode. You press this button here, and it's going to go between these options. Every time you get in the car, no matter what vehicle you get, XC40, XC60, S60, XC90, S90, V90, all of those have the different drive modes as options, and all of those, when you get in the car, it defaults to comfort. So if you want to put it on a different drive mode, you have to press the button and then select it either on the screen, or you can continue to press the button to go up and down. Now, this button here for drive mode is unique to the XC40. The other ones have a different mechanism for changing. But we're going to go ahead and put it back to comfort. And the reason I'm going there is to kind of explain to you the individual drive mode. If you want to do a custom mode, so after you've gotten used to the different modes and what they do, if you want to make any tweaks, you can set an individual drive mode. So example I like to use for that, the eco mode, maybe you want to use eco mode because you have a long commute back and forth to work every day, and you want you want to get the best fuel mileage that you can, best fuel economy that you can. But perhaps you're sitting at the light and you really don't like when the car powers down, like it does in eco mode. You can select individual, choose a preset. So I'm going to choose eco because I want to mimic most of the things that eco mode does. And then I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to change just that one thing I don't like. So I'm going to turn off the stop start for that. So now when you hit the drive mode button, it's going to also say individual. And if instead of hitting eco, you hit individual, it's going to be just like eco, except for that one thing that I changed. So that's an explanation on that. If you go back here, lights and lighting, exterior lights, and you can change all of these things. Most of the ones that I change really is just right here. So if you're getting out of your car at night and you'd like a little extra time before the lights turn off, you can change it from the default of 30 seconds to either 60 or 90. I don't really use that, so I'm going to hit back. Oh, and just to go over these a little bit, the welcome light, daytime running lights, and triple flash turn indicator, I always usually leave these checked, but I'd like to explain the triple flash turn indicator. If you're not familiar with it, most cars these days have it already. But if you just tap on your turn signal rather than fully engaging it, if you just do a light tap on it, it'll blink 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then it'll go away. So if you forget to turn off your blinker like I do, that's a really helpful thing to know. I'm not going to go over the interior lighting because the changes are so minimal and it's really hard to tell during the day. But the mirrors and convenience, if you're somebody who likes your mirrors to tilt down when you put the car in reverse, you can have it do that. Right now it's off. I'm going to select both. And I'm going to choose dark. So for the rear view auto dimming, you remember how there used to be like a toggle button that you'd have to manually do at nighttime to help reduce the glare from the cars behind you? Now it's all electronic. So you set it in dark. It doesn't make any difference during the day, but at night it makes a huge help. And then if you leave this box checked, when you lock your car, the mirrors will fold in. So that's kind of like a nice indicator. If you take a few steps and you can't remember if you locked it or not, you can just turn around and look. If your mirrors are folded in, you know the car is locked. Speaking of the mirrors, I should probably mention these buttons at the bottom here are for, they're for Home Link, which is storing your garage door. So that'll be another video if you'd like some information on how to set that up. So going back, got locking, keyless lock, keyless unlock. When you are actually leaving the key in your purse, in your pocket, in your bag, If you're not actually pressing the button on the key on the side of the key, and you're just using the door handle and the proximity, you can have it open just your door or all the doors. So an example might be like if you're getting in a busy city and, you know, maybe there's a busy street and you're worried about getting in your car and you're worried about somebody else just hopping in the car right along with you, you can change it to single door so that just your door opens when you pull the handle. Or, you know, if you're constantly in and out of the car with a family, other people are opening the doors at the same time as you, you might just want to leave it on all doors. So that's really up to you. But you can change it for when you're using the proximity key or when you're actually pulling the remote out and pressing the button, the lock and unlock button on the side of the remote right here. Another fun fact about the remote, if you press and hold the unlock, all the windows will roll down. And if you press and hold the lock buttons, any open windows will roll back up. Down here we've got visible locking feedback, so that's when the lights flash when you lock and unlock the car, or one or the other. So I'm going to do both. And then audible locking feedback, just like it sounds, is the beep beep when the car is locking. And then if you check this box, this sun curtain will close automatically if it gets too hot in the car. And how it reads the temperature is this button right here. That reads the temperature in the vehicle. Parking brake and suspension, because we are in Florida, it's very flat here, you probably don't want the parking brake to go on all the time unless you have like a really steep driveway, or maybe you're just somebody who's in the habit of using your parking brake and you use it frequently anyways. If you check this box, every time you put the car in park, the parking brake will go on. And then if you wanted to turn the parking brake off, how you do that, right now it's on. Right down here, you want to press it down and you'll see it blink and go away. So now it's off. Because we're in Florida, I'm going to uncheck this box because I am not in the habit of using parking brake, so I would probably forget to turn that off every time. And lastly here, the windshield wipers. If you press right here, you can check the box to have your rain sensing wiper on. And then also again, if the rain sensing wipers are on and the front windshield wipers are going, when you put the car in reverse, if this car box is checked, then the car will automatically turn on the rear wiper as well. So that is everything in the My Car settings from top to bottom. So that is that.